To the counties now, Kenya is moving closer to finding a vaccine to HIV and AIDS. Kenyan scientists and researchers have launched a detailed research dubbed AMP, that is Antibody Meditated Prevention study, which shall form the basis of their research work. These and other stories in the local roundup.
The Antibody Meditated Prevention study involves the idea of giving people antibodies to see if they will be protected against HIV infection. In traditional vaccine studies, people are given a vaccine and wait to see if their bodies will make antibodies against HIV in response, while in the AMP study, giving people will receive antibodies directly. According to Dr. Grace Amboya, they intend to partner with other agencies after the human trial phase to develop a cure for HIV.
If found to be effective, it will be a very exciting thing in the world of HIV, because it will also help us to work backwards, maybe perhaps to be able to create a HIV vaccine. Elsewhere,
a section of human rights defenders led by the Kenya Human Rights Commission have vowed to use both legal and political instruments to resist what they term as illegitimate survey done on the land occupied by the pineapple growing and processing Del Monte farm. The group points an accusing finger to the National Lands Commission and Ministry of Lands for hastily doing and concluding the survey without involving the affected residents of both Kiambu and Murang'a.
It's clearly evident that if left unchecked, the actions by the aforementioned actors shall impact negatively on the quest for inclusive resolution of historical land claims, not only for Kandara people but for millions of other Kenyans who have such claims.
The Housing Coalition is calling on the government to complete the process of putting in place the policy framework for evictions and resettlement to ensure that the rights of persons affected by the forced eviction and demolition are protected in cases where the eviction is inevitable. The coalition calls coming hot in heels of several forceful evictions and demolitions of vulnerable communities in the informal settlement.
Forced evictions are on the increase. We have no compensation. Nobody cares about alternative resettlements for these particular communities.
And the ghost of floods has returned again to haunt residents of Budalangi constituency, leaving more than 50,000 residents displaced. Water levels in River Nzoia have risen, displacing families. The residents have faulted the government and Sino Hydro Company for failing to repair the dikes that busted in March.
Na mimi nawapatia makata ya wiki moja. Kama hiyo kazi haitakuwa imeanza, mtatuona kwa barabara, tutalala kwa hizo maofisi zenu mpaka ile siku mtaziba hii dike na kutupatia suluhisho.
And residents of Kelamoko area in Mungi East Sub-County, Kitui County, are calling on the government to intervene and address acute water shortage in the region. According to the residents, they are now forced to trek over 20 kilometers in search of water, a situation that has prevailed for the past 2 months.
Na watu wetu wamepata shida kubwa, watoto wanaenda usiku, wengine na wakike, punda zetu zinakuliwa ni pisi.
Finally, a traditional court in Magarini, Kilifi County, which will handle cases that can be resolved before reaching government law courts, has been unveiled.
Hizi ama kiama kilikuwa kinatumika kuhakikisha kwamba kuna amani wakati wote.
Yusufar, Channel 1 News.